¿Cómo ha llevado a cabo este proyecto? ¿Cuáles han sido las condiciones? ¿Cómo ha sido el trabajo en el proyecto este?
What was it like working on this project? What kind of conditions?
This is a European movie, so we didn't have a Hollywood budget. So everyone had to make this a labor of love, and it meant that the focus had to be there. We didn't have a lot of options. We didn't have a lot of backup plans. We had to make every idea work to its greatest extent. I think that gave the movie a kind of an urgency and an energy that was right for this sort of reckless, loose 70s vibe. And I think it helped create the aesthetic, and certainly everybody gave everything that they had to offer creatively to the movie. And it was, for that reason, it was one of those really unique life experiences. I think all of us who worked on it will always be friends because we survived Rush together.
Yeah, he said, how was it working in the sense that, there's so many elements here. I mean, besides the races, then the cast these characters so perfectly defined. The fact that you could, as he says, lubricate all the gears to make it all mesh and make such a wonderful result.
Well, thank you. It's a very dense world, and the more you understand about it, and of course I was learning. I was sharing with audiences basically what it was I was learning and what I would find fascinating, and these sort of layers of feelings and conflicts and things that could go right and things that could go wrong. That is what I thought made it, really unique and give it a kind of a drive and an unexpected tension and a flavor. So in the same scene, there's technology. It's cool, but there's also sexuality and emotion and fear, insecurity. All these things were things that, as a director, I was trying to keep track of, and mostly draw the audience into the hearts and the minds of the drivers. I even wanted that to influence the way the races were shot, so that the races would, they would tell the true story of those races, but you'd understand it from the perspective of each driver and what was going on in their lives on the track, but also away from the track.
He said that Daniel said it was really marvelous working with you in the sense that you make it a very collaborative effort, and there's a lot of dialogue and questions everything among the whole crew and the actors and you. And he wonders if this was always your way of working. You work that closely with the actors.
It's a style that I've developed over the years, and some of it has to do with the confidence of knowing that they will respect my ultimate decisions. So I can give a lot of freedom because ultimately, when I decide which way we're going to go, it's not going to create a problem. And the movie benefits from this engagement. It's like, everybody, give me everything you have to offer, and let me be the editor. Let it go through my filter and trust me to do that. And so it's stimulating for me. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic, but in a movie like this, it gives it so much heart because everybody's giving something of themselves, and somehow that finds its way onto the screen. And I think it's one of the reasons that so many people are really pleasantly surprised when they see the movie, especially women. I think they see the movie and they sort of say, "Well, I wasn't sure of Formula One, and yet it was great. It was emotional. It was suspenseful. I didn't know I would like Formula One." Well, it's not about Formula One. It's the story. It's these characters, and that's what excited me as a storyteller.
Muchas gracias y enhorabuena por la película.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.